Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today, another custom design, Quark's Bird of Prey. Yes, we had Lauren's Bird of Prey, Quark's Bird of Prey from that lovely DS9 episode where Quark is now the leader of a Klingon house. What could go wrong? What could ever go wrong with any of that? Well, you know what? It's fun. It's a little quirky, but I like it. All right. As always, I shouldn't say as always. This pack is from Antari Shipyard, so big kudos to them. Uh, Jerry Brown, the the mind behind this, and let's dive in. Let's see what's going on here. So, we have a Ferengi Klingon starship Cavort class here. Remember, Lurin's was a Brel, so we get slightly more expensive, but um, something something to make a judgment on here. 4153, so that's 13 points of stats, 24. I might look for a little more of a discount on the overall cost. That's me. I think Klingon ships overall are just a little too expensive, but I don't know that we have. We do have the Vorn as precedent for cost on that. The Vorn, if I can remember or look it up real quick. No, the Vorn was 24. So maybe it's not terribly overpriced. Okay. So when attacking, if the ship is cloaked, add +1 GPLT, gold price Latinum token, to the captain equipped to this ship. Okay, so passive ability to replenish your gold price Latinum. Interesting. Very interesting ability here. Um, Might be a little too good, but it's fitting for Quark. It's fitting for the faction, at least the Ferengi side of it. I like the thematicism. I'm slightly concerned about the how good it is, how powerful it is, but we'll see. We'll play it out. I'll reserve full judgment on it until I look at the rest of the pack. Generic, you lose a shield, you lose a crew slot, you go from crew weapon tech to just crew weapon tech. Uh, Down to 20 points. I think that's in line with what the generic Cavort is now. So, sure. If we come down here to the next slide, if my computer will ever cooperate. All right, we see Quark, son of Keldar. Um, First off, I'm going to have to say that this needs to just be named Quark because otherwise you could run Quark, son of Keldar, with Quark, the crew. Maybe that's intentional, but still, I think just for game necessity and everything else that exists, this is just Quark. I miss the CCG aspect where you could have subtitles on cards because Quark as a title, a unique title, and then a subtitle, Son of Keldar, would be perfect. But let's go into that. Setup, you get 3 GPLT. Okay, activation phase. Spend a GPLT to perform an additional action from your ship's action bar this game round. Sure. Seems straightforward, easy enough to do. 3 points, 4 skill captain, makes sense to me. I might like to see him at skill 5, but I'm nitpicking there. 3 points again, maybe a little pricey, maybe down to 2. I don't know. It's still not bad. All right, our other captain is Kozak. 2 skill, 2 points. That feels expensive. Most 2 skill captains are 1 point. But maybe he's got a good action to go with him. Action, target a captain on an enemy ship within range 1 to 2. The targeted captain then rolls 1 attack die. Discard the target captain if the result is a crit. Discard this captain if the result is a hit. Disable the target captain if it's a blank. Disable this captain. Or sorry, disable the target captain if it's a battle station. Disable this captain if it's a blank. Yeah, I'm not paying 2 points for that. I don't even know that I'm doing the action because I've got a 3/8%, 3 out of 8 chance of getting my captain discarded, period. And I've got a 2 out of 8, so a 25% chance of disabling my captain. So 5 out of 8 times something bad happens to me. 3 out of 8 times something bad happens to my opponent. I can't justify that. I really can't justify that ability ever. I would be fine. You have to remember that 3 out of 8, that the hits happening 3 out of 8 is the biggest thing on a attack die. And without that, or with that, saying the most likely thing on a single die is that discard this captain. That's what's happening more often than not, or at least more often than anything else. So how do we make it better? I'm fine with the discard the target captain on a crit. That's the best case scenario. That should happen the least likely. What about disable the target captain on hits? Then it's 50-50 to do something good to my opponent at least. What about no chance of getting my captain discarded? So instead we'd say on a battle station, disable the captain on a blank, do nothing. That could work. Or maybe on a blank, roll again, and if you roll a blank or battle station the second time, then you discard. And on a battle station, then you disable. That sort of thing. Yeah, that at least shifts the odds around a little bit, makes it not feel like more often than not you're hurting yourself for your own action. Otherwise, my action is always going to be something other than Kozak, and I'm never going to run him as a 2-skill, 2-point captain. I'll run anybody else. And the Klingons have some bad captains, so that's saying something. Our talent, the House of Quark. I mean, cool. I like the thematicism. Has to go on a Ferengi ship. Set up through. Put 3 gold press latinums on the captain equipped to this ship. Okay, cool. Maybe it's Ferengi captain. I forget which way those symbols go. Combat phase. When your ship is attacked, you may spend up to 3 GPLT tokens to force the attacking enemy ship to roll -1 defense die per. Okay, it makes no sense. When your ship is attacked, you spend tokens to force the attacking ship to roll less defense dice. How about you force the attacking ship to roll less attack dice per token spent? If that's the case, if that's what this ability is, I like it. It could also be when your ship is attacking, you may spend up to 3 GPLT to force the defending ship to roll -1 defense die per GPLT spent. That could also be an ability. I don't know that I'd spend 5 points for that. I would spend 5 points for the make them roll less attack dice against me. That is actually a worthwhile card because I'm getting the 3 Latinum tokens, and I'm always getting Latinum from my Ferengi captains. I'll buy that as a defensive strategy. I think that's worthwhile. Our tech is a Dabo wheel. Seriously, why we haven't seen one of these in official play, I don't know. Yeah, this can only go on a Ferengi ship. That is that symbol. No, Captain. Anyway, you know what? Let's look up the rulebook real quick. Star Trek Attack Wing Rulebook. This is something you would think that I had memorized. Fortunately, I at least know where to look for it. It is very much near the end. At least it should be. Here, it's on page 20. The box is the card can only be equipped to a ship with a captain. Okay, the circle is ship, the box is captain. So, House of Quark is Ferengi captain, Dabo Wheel is also Ferengi captain. Any faction you want, but yeah, House of Quark definitely makes sense. Dabo Wheel definitely makes sense here as well. Planning phase, spend 2 GPLT, roll 4 attack dice, gain 1 GPLT for each hit result, and 2 GPLT for each crit. You're gambling. It's a gamble card. I like it. I really actually like this card. I think it's a little pricey, but you get it at the start of the planning phase. It's not an action. It's not a discard. I would like to see maybe some limit that you can only hold a maximum of double your starting GPLT or something like that. But I don't know. Double wheel might be too good. It's still interesting. It's still a very good card. It is a 4-point card, so maybe that's too much. But still, that's a lot of GPLT to get. All right, our weapon. 3-point Klingon weapon. A Polaron torpedo. 4 dice, range 1 to 3. Attack, spend your target lock. Place 3 time tokens on this ship, on the card, and target an opposing ship. An opposing ship, not and opposing ship. Little typo there. If there are any uncancelled hits or crits, you may place 2 time tokens on a tech, weapon, or crew upgrade of your choice on the targeted enemy ship. Sure, I'll take that. I'm just concerned about not having any conversions because Klingons suffer from a lack of conversions as it is. Yeah, I'm probably not going to buy that. And on most ships, it's a downgrade on dice. All right, another version of Groka, which is fine. She's integral to this, to the episode. So she's a crew setup. Increase your captain skill by 1, +3 if the captain is Quark. I don't think that needs setup. I think that's just a natural ability. I default to the way Grissom Riker is worded, because at least that has the new bars. But I'm pretty sure that doesn't have setup. Combat phase. When attacking, if your captain skill is greater than the target ship's captain skill, you may spend 1 GPLT to gain +1 attack die. Sure. And since that's a when attacking, you're limited to once per attack. But yeah. Little riff on Crew Wharf from a long time ago, but that's a card that gave a skill boost. And if I set this up, there we go. That Crew Wharf. So increase your captain skill by 1, 3 to a Klingon captain. And it's a little captain protection. So Groka's a very similar idea. But I like it. I like Groka. I like the GPLT side of it. If anything, she might be undercosted. Um, but yeah, Dagor, 4 points. I always get a little hesitant when I see 4 as a cost. That's just me. When you would spend 1 or more GPLT, you may roll a number of attack dice equal to the number of GPLT that would be spent. For each crit and hit, place 1 GPLT token that would be spent on this card. As an action, you may move all of the GPLT tokens from this card to the captain of this ship. Okay, so Dagor saves you half. That feels too good. I might say crit and battle station. Then he's saving you 3/8. That's 37.5%. I'm fine with it being a little more than crits, but yeah, I just might. I want to tweak it to just not be half. Yeah, because saving half your GPLT is a lot. That's a lot of stuff. All right. Overalls. Cavort. I really don't care. I don't run generic cavorts. They're playable, but I'm gonna run Brels. Quark's Bird of Prey. If we go back, you passively add GPLT. So this pack is all about GPLT. If that Quark exists, it's B plus, and it's B plus solely because it's a Cavort and not a Brel, but it's good. It's good ability. It's really good ability. Quark seemed fine. Not overly good, but perfectly playable. Kozak. Oh, Kozak needed work. Sorry. The nice thing about customs is that I can give something an F and we can go back to the drawing board and come back to it. House of Quark, it all depends on what is actually meant with it, because right now it's confusing. If it is what I think it is, I like the card. I give it a B. But it's a conditional B. Daba Wheel, I worry about it being overly broken. But I'll give it a B plus. Polaron Torpedo, I would never run. But it's fine. Groka was definitely playable. Dagor, again, I want to see just a slight tweak. But I don't dislike him. My overall grade is needs tweaking, but I'll give it a B minus. Yeah, I'll give it a B minus. I don't give it a Shipyard approval yet, but I like what's here. You notice I'm hesitant to give anything an A, but there are some very good cards here. I, I would strongly caution anyone from ever putting these cards into a competitive meta, solely because I feel that things like Daba Wheel and Dagor too strongly tip the balance towards needing to run GPLT. And anytime anytime that something becomes basically a requirement to be played, we have a problem. So it's not that this pack is bad. This pack is interesting. This pack takes the idea of gold press latinum tokens and says, hey, what can we do with these in addition to what we already have? And I like that because I don't want to see these really cool ideas that WizKids came out with die on the table. They shouldn't do that. Specialization cards, one, and where are they? They're nowhere. Gold Press Platinum tokens came out in a card pack and a faction pack, but where are they? I mean, granted, they're pretty much Ferengi only things, but why aren't there more of them? You know, we want these ideas to continue, and if you don't mix the ideas throughout, then cards that highlight specific ideas that interact with mechanics, they're not continually useful. They don't get more useful, and I want to see things become more useful. Anyway, this pack is playable, but it needs some more thoughts from all of you. That's why I put these out. They need my thoughts. They need people to flesh ideas out and be more. And that's how we all get better, and how Jerry gets ideas to tweak cards and be in a better place. So yeah. Sorry, that's some rambling at the end of this, but really, that's what's going on here. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.